Yes. You have something for me? Oh, what is it? About new custom union? Okay, let's see it. Yeah, I will explain it. Hi and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my video. My name is Muhammad Ghazi bin Burhanuddin, and today I'm going to present about creating custom union. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. What? So we met. This is my partner, Mr. Baby Shark. So we gonna present about creating custom union. So what we waiting for? Let's go. So can we start? According to Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE, in 2021, the largest import country is from China, which is 229.02 billion, followed by Singapore, Taiwan, Japan, Indonesia, and Thailand. During the 19th ASEAN Summit on November 2012, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, which is RCEP, was introduced and kickstarted during 21st ASEAN Summit in Cambodia, November 2012. According to UNCTAD research released on December 15, a new Asia Pacific Free Trade Agreement scheduled to enter into force on January 1st, 2022 will establish the world largest trading bloc by economic size. Currently, there were 15 participant countries from East Asia and Pacific has been joining this RCEP, including Malaysia, Japan, Indonesia, Brunei, Cambodia, China, and so on, which estimated will become the largest trade agreement in the world according to the GDP of its member. They are one third of world GDP according to UNCTAD Secretariat. RCEP will conquer about 30.5 of share of global GDP. The agreement intend to encompass trade in goods and service, as well as intellectual property, among other things. Good question. This situation is lead to trade question between countries. Trade question refer to when custom union are formed, the flow of trade agreement between union member and set external tariff on non-member nations. The function of custom union is to eliminate trade barrier between member and create positive incentive to expand member to member trade. Trade question will occur when there is reducing toward tariff barrier that cause to lower price. The replace to lower cost producer from another nation member will lead to wise consumer supplies as well as economic welfare. The result of trade question is boost in trade of good and service among nation member and increase diplomatic relationship between countries. That's the economic analysis. This shown that East Asian and Pacific are created new custom union, which is RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, that can defeat European Union (EU) and USMCA United States Mexico Canada agreement. From my observation, I have found this agreement are linked with trade question because from this agreement RCEP, it will eliminate 90% of tariff within the bloc. These agreements are vital in determining the RCEP's early effect on trade, both within and beyond the Union. Under RCEP framework, tariff reduction will be used to achieve trade liberalization. Many tariffs will be eliminated immediately, while other will be gradually decreased over a 20-year period. And according to UNCTAD 2021, trade between the bloc's 15 members was worth around 2.3 trillion, and UNCTAD study suggests that the agreement tariff concession may increase export by roughly 2% or 42 billion within the newly blocked members. So now we will see the implementation of trade question. You want to listen to it? Okay, don't be confused. Referring to Malaysia import from trading economics 2021, Malaysia major import are electrical and electronic, or we can call it as E&E product, which value 29.4%, followed by chemicals 9.5%, petroleum goods 9.3%, and machinery, which is appliance and part 8.7%. The main import partner with Malaysia are China that conquer trade in goods, which is 23.2%, and this percentage are from Ministry of International Trade and Industry. With RCEP, some of product might have tariff reducing due to trade question. For example, we can assume the product as electric and electronic product, E&E product. I warn you first, this might be confusing. For what I have studied and observed, I will illustrate if trade question is implemented between China and Malaysia in E&E product, and we assume that China as exporter and Malaysia as importer in same custom union, which is RCEP. Malaysia domestic production importing E&E product from China due to lower price compared to other nation, and we assume that Malaysia imports unbiased ad valorem tariff, which is 100% to import E&E product. When Malaysia import E&E product from China, the price of E&E product will be at P1. You can see P1, which the price plus tariff, the ad valorem one. This might be expensive but still in low price cost. With the price at P1, Malaysia will consume the quantity of E&E product at Q3. You can see quantity 3 there. Because of supply curve touches the demand curve there. Malaysia domestic producer also produce quantity of E&E product at Q2. You can see Q2 there because the supply curve, supply plus tariff touch the supply curve there. Because of that, Malaysia need to import quantity. Because of that, Malaysia need to import quantity Q2 to Q3 from China because the demand for E&E product is over than domestic production. Thus, the tariff revenue is belong to government, which is at the area marked as 3 there. Yeah, that's it. Government revenue. However, the establishment of RCEP will eliminate 90% of tariff, and many tariff will be removed immediately. Let's say if Malaysia remove 100% of tariff for E&E product from China, the reducing import tariff from China will make the price going down from P1 to P2, which is the price without any tariff. You can see the arrow P1 to P2. This will make the quantity demand for Malaysia for E&E product from China increase from Q3 to Q4, where supply curve touch the demand curve, while quantity supply that produced by domestic producer will be decreased from Q2 to Q1. Then Malaysia will import more E&E product from China, which is from Q1 to Q4. That's a lot. And there is no more tariff revenue because both nation, Malaysia and China, are in the same custom union, which is RCEP. I wonder you are already confused. Furthermore, they will have the net welfare gain. The net welfare gain is stated in diagram 1.0 in the area 2 and 4. The net welfare gain can be defined as increase in consumer surplus minus with tariff revenue, which is 3, and producer surplus, which is 1. We will see the effect of trade question. So you want to present? Sure. Whoa. I think better I present because you can't even have voice. So the benefit of trade question are belong to Malaysia, where there is an increase in consumer surplus, which is in the area 1, 2, 3, and 4 in diagram 2.0. Consumer surplus means the price that consumer are willing to pay for a commodity. So consumer will enjoy the commodity with cheaper price. On the other hand, Reducing tariff may provide other advantage, which is China are likely to react by lowering tariff on Malaysia export if Malaysia lower import duties. As a result, increased export will provide an extra advantage. We can see an example in ASEAN-China Free Trade Agreement. According to China Briefing and Channel New Asia, China will lower import tariff on nearly 1,000 products for 2022 as one of the preparation for RCEP and other China Free Trade Agreement. Trade creation not only provide opportunity in international trading but improve diplomatic relationship between two countries. There will be more advantage when two countries have strong diplomatic relationship. Next, for the disadvantages, the problem of trade creation is there will be declining in producer surplus as shown in area 1. Based on diagram 3.0, domestic producer will be affected with this trade creation because they will sell less because consumer demand for cheaper import product. Next, government also will lose their income or tax revenue from import tariff because of reducing or removing import tariff. Domestic employment losses are sometimes more noticeable than the benefit of lower pricing. If domestic producers suffer heavy loss, this may have stronger political influence than small price reduction for the bulk of the people. It may result in structural unemployment when jobless employees seek opportunity in different export industry. So we're gonna end this presentation with the conclusion and suggestion. In conclusion, when one country has high demand for certain cheaper product from other country, trade question might be exist and government will remove the import tariff for that product. Then the implementation of trade creating between customs union will cut down import tariff. Consumer will enjoy the import product with cheaper price and increase the consumer surplus while domestic producer will be affected with less sales because high demand for cheaper import product and lead to decrease in producer surplus. The trade creating might have pro and cons such as unemployment issues because the demand for domestic production decrease because of cheaper import product. So to settle these issues, my suggestion is government should apply anti-dumping duty to protect employment for domestic production. Nevertheless, the demand from import product will be decreased a little bit because of anti-dumping duty. So that's all for me. Thank you for watching.
International Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Sri Azmin Ali said in a recent interview that he is optimistic about the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP. He said it will create a superpower trade bloc of ASEAN countries. The senior minister said RCEP and the ASEAN Comprehensive Recovery Framework will be the biggest takeaways from the 37th ASEAN Summit held virtually from November 11th until 15th. RCEP is set to ink on Sunday at the summit hosted by Vietnam.
The dynamics of the global trade and investment then was certainly different from the current state of the economy. And the current environment has evolved, especially due to COVID-19. So that makes RCEP more important for the members of RCEP because we need to find a new direction in the global economy. It has to be more inclusive, more sustainable growth, and that was the reason why we made it known that we have to say no to protectionism. Regionalism is the way forward.
RCEP will be the world's largest free trade agreement involving 10 ASEAN countries and their partners, including Australia, China, Japan, South Korea, and New Zealand. Currently, Malaysia has 14 FTAs signed, 7 bilateral and 7 regional FTAs.
After 8 years of consultations among the ASEAN member states and also our dialogue partners, initially India was part of the negotiation team, is to amalgamate all these regional FTAs into one particular FTA that would facilitate the flow of trade and investment among the members of RCEP. So that was the main objective, because it will provide greater access to market. It will certainly eliminate some tariff. Currently, if we have a bilateral FTAs between Malaysia and a particular country, for our exporters to export X product and to enjoy the preferential tariff, the local component must meet certain threshold, let's say between 35 to 40%. So you can combine this local component with that both parties that sign that FTA. But if you expand now to this RCEP, you will enjoy this ROO, rule of origin, involve 15 parties. Once we implement RCEP, Malaysia will enjoy these preferential tariffs among the 15 other members of RCEP.